And in this video, I will explain to you how to acquire a language without being bored and how I was able to learn the language so efficiently. I really enjoy drinking coffee in the morning. It's like I'm getting in my comfort zone. I can't survive without coffee. It's so delicious. And no sugar, just real coffee taste. Great way to start your day. What's up guys, it's Torres, and today I'm talking to you guys like this again. First of all, I want to apologize for not being able to travel so much lately because I've committed to something in Hong Kong, and I feel like when I travel, I tend to make a lot of interesting content. When I'm like I wouldn't use the word stuck in Hong Kong, but I would say when I stay in Hong Kong, it's a lot more difficult for me to explore new things. But last week I went to Temple Street, it was very interesting. But I see this period of time as a great opportunity to just talk to you guys and answer some of your questions and share my thoughts. This is what my channel is all about. Always exploring. And this question I want to address today is a question that I've been asked so many times that I just feel the obligation to address it. And the question is, Torres, how do you learn a foreign language? This is going to be a long conversation and I've got a lot to talk about. But I really enjoy exploring this topic because, you know, I used to be a tutor and I tutor lots of people, a lot of my junior schoolmates and a lot of just my friends. I love covering this topic because it's a nice topic to talk about because it is useful and can possibly change someone's life. Before we get into how to learn a language, let's talk about why you should learn a foreign language. When we were born into a little circle where everyone speaks the same language. And if you're in a circle that speaks the same language, chances are they will have the same culture and they will do the same things. And by acquiring and learning a new language, you can leave your circle and migrate to someone else's circle, which is brilliant, and then you get to understand other people's circle. Why confine yourself to your own circle when you can explore different circles? Always exploring. And by doing that, it will really open up your eyes like this. Like you will be able to go to the UK and ask people if they shower before they go to bed. Do you shower? Do you shower at night? Or you can go to France and ask French girls if they love rich Chinese guys. Or you can go to Amsterdam and ask, how much? Let me have a little disclaimer. Disclaimer time. The tips I'm giving to you right now would be very great to improve your everyday spoken English or whatever language you're trying to learn. It might not guarantee you 100 marks in your IELTS exams. I have this strong belief that language was created to communicate, not to write exams. Language to write an exam is a whole different topic because you have to understand the system, you have to understand how to get good grades. Maybe I'll explore that in a different video. Let me tell you guys why you should listen to my advice or my thoughts, or at least just take it as reference. Just like a lot of you who are watching this video right now, I've never studied abroad and I have never been to an international school. I grew up in Hong Kong and I went to a local kindergarten, local primary school and a local secondary school. I only went on exchange in Dublin during my time in university for 3 months, and I also went on a working holiday in France for 2 months where I learned French. I was able to speak French kind of quite fluently, or at least I can engage in a normal conversation and French people can understand me and I can understand French people. I learned the language mostly in Hong Kong, and even though I'm abroad, I have these skills of acquiring one language in a really short period of time, like just 2 months in France, and I'm going to share with you how. Rule number 1 of learning a foreign language: throw away the dictionary. Let me try to find a dictionary and throw it away. Throw away your dictionary. Throw it away. Think about this. When you were 4 months old or 5 months old and you were learning your mother tongue, did your parents give you a dictionary? The answer is no. If your answer is yes, it probably means you are a genius and you should like just close this video. We learn it through our parents repeatedly telling us 爸爸妈妈妈的 father sugar. We learn through hearing. We kept hearing the same thing over and over again. So if you want to learn a language, forget about the dictionary, because it's not gonna work. And the problem with dictionary is we all hate dictionary. Learning a new language should be a fun and cultural experience, and it shouldn't be about a book and a massive book that looks like a pillow. The dictionary teaches you words by words. This is the mistake a lot of people make when they learn English or any other languages, because when you talk in a complete sentence. You don't talk with vocabularies. So when you learn the language, learn sentences. Let me share with you how I first learned English. I would go find like a British episodes or TV series or movies or anything. It could be American if you love American accent, or it could be Australian if you like Australian accent. You put on a movie and you watch it 3 times. The first time, watch it without subtitles. Second time, watch with subtitles and understand every word they said. And third time, repeat every sentence they said. By doing that, you're learning sentences. You're not learning vocabularies. Remember, you don't talk with them. You talk in a complete sentence. Tip number 2. Surround yourself with the people who speak the language. If you're trying to learn English, surround yourself with English people. If you're trying to learn French, surround yourself with French people. Because this is how you learn a language fast. You force yourself to speak. Our brain is so magical. If you force yourself to speak or force yourself to listen, you will just learn the language. It is that amazing. Guys, trust me, it is that amazing. Why do you think domestic helpers, maids from Indonesia, they would be able to speak Chinese in just like 5 months? They are surrounded by people like us, and they are forced to speak the language every day, and they'll be fluent in less than a year. So surround yourself with the right people. And it doesn't mean you have to study abroad, because as you know, I've never studied abroad. For example, if you're in Hong Kong, there are lots of British people, there are lots of French people, there are lots of Italian people. Just make friends with them. I know a lot of foreign people, they're doing these things called language exchange, where you learn their language and also they learn your language, and I think it's good. Don't tell me, oh, okay, I don't have any British friends or I don't have any French friends. I know a lot of school, at least in Hong Kong or Taiwan, they're like this NET teacher, international teachers. Just always walk up to them and talk to them. I remember when I was in secondary school, I would talk to my teacher from England for like maybe hours. During lunchtime, I would bring my lunch and sit next to her and talk to her, because I just want to practice. If there's a will, there's a way. And if you really do not have anyone that speaks the language that you're trying to learn, then listen to podcasts. Instead of going through Instagram in the train, you should put on this English podcast or French podcast or Spanish podcast and just keep listening to it, because this is how you learn. When I was learning English in secondary school, every morning I took the bus, I would listen to a podcast and I would listen to it over and over again, day after day, day after day. You would just start understanding what they say. It is that amazing. But of course, it takes consistency. It's not like, oh, I listened to this one day and magically the day after, I speak English. Learning a language requires determination and consistency. You have to keep doing it, keep practicing. The third thing I also want to talk about is your mentality. If you want to do it, you can do it. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. A lot of people, they don't want to talk to foreign people because they think, oh, they will laugh at me because my English is so bad and I'm so shy, and if I talk to them, they will laugh at me, they will judge me, and I will have no self-esteem, and when I have no self-esteem, I will die, and when I die, I can't learn the language, and when I can't learn, I'll just never be able to learn the language. I don't understand why we have to be so scared of making mistakes, because think about it like this. When a foreign person tries to learn Mandarin or Cantonese, we love it. We're like, wow, your Mandarin is so good, your Cantonese is so good. 我想喝啤酒. Wow, so good, amazing. And we magically and just out of nowhere think that when we speak their languages, they will judge us. They won't judge us just the same way you won't judge this. See? They speak fine and they have the confidence to speak it, and we tend to love it. So why do we have to be afraid of speaking their languages when they just feel completely fine speaking ours? They won't judge us the same reason we don't judge them. Trust me, with my experience and people I've met, they are all very supportive if you try to learn the language. It is a respect you are showing to their culture. They will not judge you for making mistakes. And by the way, making mistakes is how you learn a language. It's like you try to walk and you fall and you get back up again, and this is how you learn to run. And if they laugh at you because you make mistakes while you're learning a second language, then you tell them to go screw themselves. Because it's the same reason you don't go to a hospital and laugh at patients that are trying to get well, and also the same reason you won't go to a gym and laugh at skinny people who try to get big. As I said, a lot of people are supportive. So don't be ashamed and don't be scared and don't be afraid, because you are great. You are amazing by simply having the confidence and determination to learn a different language, because it's not easy. Avoid this mistake when you are learning a new language. This is what a lot of people do. They start off strong, like, whoa, I'm gonna learn this language, yahoo, whoa! And after 2 weeks, they stop. Don't be that person, because learning a language takes at least months. If it was so easy, then everyone would be able to speak perfect Spanish, Italian. It's not that easy. And at the end of the day, you will feel so rewarded for the effort you put into, because now you're able to travel around the whole world and meeting different people and understanding their culture. And it's amazing. It's such an amazing feeling. So guys, when you want to give up, do not give up and think about the good things. It goes beyond getting you a job with a nice CV so you can say, oh, English intermediate or English business level. It's a tool that helps you break barriers. It really doesn't matter what language you learn. You can learn Mandarin, you can learn French, you can learn Italian. I know people who are learning Hebrew, which is what they speak in Israel. Don't learn the language because you feel like you have to do it because everyone else is doing it. Learn it because you're passionate about it, and learn it because you want to understand more about a culture that you're interested in. And this should be everyone's motivation. Alright guys, coffee's finished. I need to go downstairs and buy some new ones. So guys, keep learning, keep making friends, and keep making mistakes. Very important. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.